Feeling lost? In today's Timeless Pick a Card reading, we will be checking in on your guides and requesting messages about your life right now. We'll peer a little into the future and get a little bit of advice too. I want to thank all of my subscribers. I really do appreciate your support. And I want to thank everyone who participated in my giveaway last week. We'll be doing another one soon, so if you didn't win, you'll get another chance. I just want to give you a reminder that my Etsy shop is down in the description box below. I've got readings there starting at $10 if you are interested. So with that said, I want you to ask your guides, what messages do you need to hear now? I want you to take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Close your eyes. And when you feel ready, you can open them and you can pick whatever option is on screen that draws you to it most. You're also able to pick from more than one, so if one doesn't resonate, you can try another, or two could possibly resonate. Once you've picked, you can find my timestamps in the description box below. And with that said, we'll go and get to the readings. Let's see here. So for the past, the present, and the future, your past is pretty nice actually. In fact, maybe you've parted ways with a friend perhaps, but like it might be a bittersweet ending, I think. Oops, stars in reverse. Nice maybe bittersweet ending. This is probably someone that maybe you didn't want to, part from, but this could have been a family member or a really close friend or somebody that you were really, really, maybe really tied to, and almost in a karmic way. And where you are currently, though, we have the Emperor. So the energy that you're in right now is actually pretty powerful. It's kind of like, standing your ground, getting things done, taking charge. It's a very masculine energy that you're in right now, and it doesn't really matter what your gender is, but it's showing that you're more in like an authoritative, stable position where you can say no to things and feel secure. So it's actually pretty empowering, I want to say. I want to just take what's crossing you right now. Like what's blocking this energy though? Like, or I guess what crosses you. There we go. 8 of Cups. Oh, okay. What crosses you is this 8 of Cups. So this can actually mean that you might be at odds with yourself about what it is that you want to pursue. It could be that you want to pursue more spiritual things, but maybe the materialistic aspect, the stability of the Emperor, might be kind of pressuring you to move in a direction that is closer to, just giving into the material aspect of things. So, in some ways, the 8 of Cups is also upright here because, there's this desire to be moving from something that you truly wish to have for a greater good. But I feel like at this moment in time, you're at a crossroads. So you're not actually sure if you want to make this change or do this thing, but it is heavily on your mind right now. In the near future, we have the Star. Now, this can mean a lot of things. This can mean that your hopes and dreams are fulfilled. This can mean that you do things for very altruistic reasons. You might have a kindness in your motives, and you might be pursuing things with like an iron fist, or going at them sort of head on in a very aggressive way. But this could mean that it's for the good of all, or for a higher purpose. So maybe a ruthless way of acting is more effective in the long run. But if that is something that is bothering you at this moment in time, the Star can also indicate that you might find some healing in regards to this topic. Let's take a look though. What do you know about? And what do you not know? Okay, what do you know about? The High Priestess is what you know about, which is very interesting. You might be in touch with your own intuition here. You know you have a spiritual higher purpose. It's very interesting. You know the answer to your questions, actually, with this card here, or I'm sorry, with this card here. The High Priestess talks about, following your gut instinct, right? Well, I guess I'll keep this up. It's kind of a weird... Celtic Cross is huge, I'm sorry. But the High Priestess is your own gut intuition, following what you know is best, or what you think you know is best. And actually, that's on your mind. And the fact that it's on your mind kind of indicates that you're doubting it, because I am seeing some doubt here. You know what's best for you. You know the answers to your question. You know that you should follow your heart. But for some reason, you're questioning this, and I'm not entirely sure why that is. I mean, maybe you're questioning it out of practicality. Like maybe you want to go off and be, an artist or something, and you know that it doesn't make a ton of money, but your passion is really, really there. And you know that it's not practical, and maybe other people will have, certain opinions of you. But, it's not necessarily their call. And I think deep down you know this, and you know deep down that if you follow what everybody else wants, you may not be totally happy in your choice, because it's not your choice anymore, it's everyone else's. So what don't you know about the situation? You don't know what you don't know. How cryptic. You don't know what you don't know, and perhaps you fear what you don't know. And maybe you're not totally aware of how your fear motivates you in this situation. And when I see here in the past, I'm getting the sense that you might be leaving something that you've really enjoyed for quite a long time. And maybe that's why you're at this crossroads and why things seem difficult. But, you know where you're headed. You know what your North Star is. This is Polaris for you, It is your dream. It is doing what you truly feel is you, authentically. So this is a very difficult situation that you're in, I'm not going to lie. Because you are living for other people. And sometimes there's a time and a place for that. But it shouldn't be your entire life, So if you've been on this path for quite a while, I think it's time to, retire that. So, yeah. Let me take a look at the rest of this. So we're going to go with, what are your hopes for the situation? Two of Swords. Well, it doesn't look like you know entirely. Your hope for the situation is to simply find an answer. So it's almost like I said, like you're afraid of what you don't know. You know what you don't know. You don't know what you know. No. But it looks like your hopes for the situation are to develop into something where you have the ability to decide and to take decisive action. That is your hope in this case. And I guess since this came out, you're looking for the right answer. That's really what this is. It's so answer driven. This is like a spirit quest in a way for you. You know what your heart wants, and you don't know if it's okay for you to pursue that, I guess. It's pretty simple, but also pretty complex, because, your hope is to find a big answer, and of course in a general reading, it's going to be difficult to get that, but, or maybe this is just a hope to understanding yourself better, or a hope to say something that you wish to say, and of course maybe that gets your answer. In some ways, maybe you wish to speak the truth. Let's see. Maybe you want to speak the truth to yourself. Five of Swords. And some people want to apologize in some cases. And that can bring healing here in the end as well. So in the near future, healing's on the horizon, I guess. Because I don't think that you're the type of person to scheme or hurt people or or take advantage of others. And I think that if this is your hope, I think your genuine hope is most likely to make amends in some way. And perhaps this indicates this friend over here. This looks like your friend. So there could be some kind of issue here with the friend. You know, maybe you were too harsh. Interesting. The story changes. But I do think that there is an air of fear here, and it's fear behind the fear regarding, you know, only knowing that you know nothing. So what is the outcome? Well, Four of Swords. Four of Swords sort of indicates that, you know, you're going to continue to think. It doesn't look like you're going to be coming to any conclusions right away. And the Four of Swords is sort of indicating that you're going to take a moment of rest. And in fact, you know, seeing as we've used this card here already, this could be telling us that you may kind of become reawakened. You might kind of rise from the dead emotionally or mentally and kind of reintegrate into society. Because while this can mean a mental rest, if you're able to get your answers and able to make, say the things you want to say and do the things you want to do, I can see that you might feel reawakened. Like you've come out of hibernation and you're like, I'm ready to go. I've made the decisions I need to make. And now I can be myself again. And now I can feel whole again. So what's your advice in getting to the most ideal ending here? What's your advice? Eight of Coins. It's going to take effort. And if this is a situation regarding a job, you really have to ask, is your work paying off? Are you being paid fairly? Are you being compensated fairly? Are you willing to put the hard work in? These questions should prompt advice in yourself, basically. But the Eight of Coins is, you know, asking you if you've thought this through well enough. Did you put in the work? Did you, do all the research? Did you do all the legwork? So, and any one of these questions could really hit home for you. But I think that you're going to find that very soon you'll have an answer. You'll find the answer that you're looking for. Just know that right now you're kind of in an energy that is being held up by astrological conditions. So just know that yes, you will get your answer soon. Will you find clarity today? No, that's not what God wants you to know right now. God wants you to go through he or she wants you to go through the journey and the self-exploration to get this answer yourself. You won't be finding it in a pick a card reading. This is something that you have to journey and find on your own. So, meaning you might have to go on a lot of long walks. Maybe I gotta go find some ayahuasca. But, yeah. If you feel lost, don't worry. You're meant to feel lost because you're being challenged to find your own way out of the fog. And sometimes that means waiting too. Sometimes when we're doers, we forget that some situations are not overcome by power of will, but through patience. And I think that might be what you are experiencing right now. So, I want to thank you for watching Group 1. If you like your reading, please like, comment, and subscribe. It really does improve the outcome for my channel. If you haven't noticed, I am a bit of an underdog these days. So it really does help to engage in the comment section and, leave me a little comment like, hey, I'm here. I enjoy your videos. Bye. You don't have to tell me any details, of course, but by telling me that you like my content, you actually tell YouTube that you like my content, and that shares it around for everyone else to see. So I want to thank you for watching. If you'd like a private reading, you can find me in my Etsy shop down in the description box below. And with that said, I'll move on to group 2. All right. So actually, it's kind of interesting because I feel like your energy is coming out of a very quiet, maybe very secure sort of time period, because we do have this 4 of Cups. A lot of times when tarot readers get people coming to them, they usually are coming out of a 4 of Cups time frame, meaning they had a lot of stability and then suddenly something either changed or got kind of riled up or adjusted, and so you're in a bit of a kind of a stir or a conflict, because a 4 in the past means 5 in the present perhaps, and so you could be in a state where you're feeling a little bit worse for wear, and it could be in the love department. You might be waiting for somebody's message to arrive. You might be waiting to hear the truth that you wish to hear. You might want somebody to come in and clear things up and kind of like ride in on their white horse to do this. But the Hanged Man is crossing you. So the Hanged Man is showing that, maybe this is an action that you want to take, but you are standing in your own way to take it. Maybe this will lead to your happiness ultimately. However, there's some kind of apprehension here or some kind of delay, and it could be from you or the other party, and it is weighing heavily on your mind. And if you're waiting for this person, it feels like your hands are tied. Like, and it could be that you've been waiting a very, very long time. Because if you've been waiting and then you were in 4 of Cups, then, it could be years. If some of you have just split with this person, you had security with them. So whatever has happened now, you guys are now kind of at odds, perhaps. And maybe you're not talking to each other. Maybe one of you is in exile in a little bit of a way. Because when I see the Hanged Man, I'm probably the only person that sees the Hanged Man as a punishment. But that is how I see the Hanged Man, because historically that's what it is. So maybe you are in the doghouse, or someone else is, but you're waiting for that apology, or you're waiting for the moment when you can talk to this person again, and you may not know when that is. But what you're not aware of is that perhaps the situation is coming to a close sooner than you thought. And the world here can, unfortunately, the world can mean a couple things. And because this is a general reading, you will have to use your best judgment. Of course, you can always get a private reading with me, by the way. But the World card here can mean 2 things. It can mean, for some of you, this is yet to be resolved. You may think it's over, but it's really not. That's one thing. If this resonates as well, this could mean that the situation is over and done with, and you may not be aware of it. So I know that's a little bit flippy-floppy, and you guys are like, well, which one is it? You have to look at your situation. What are the circumstances that you're in? What was said? What happened? Is it something that where the door might be left open? If it's not, well, and it's on the other person, and you're waiting for them to make a move, then I would say that the door might be closed. For those of you who have the freedom to make that move, it's not over yet. It's not yet finalized. So you can still make a move. You can take your action. And I think you're aware of that, actually, because this Knight of Swords is here. So, some of you might be willing to take a risk and say, hey, I think this situation is over and done with, but I'm going to cut it wide open again. And you're going to rush in and do this, leave this, make this message. But yeah, if that's the case and you're waiting for a move to be made and you're thinking, man, this is so dead in the water, it's not going anywhere, you might be pleasantly surprised with the World card here in the area of what you don't know. Now, the near future, we have the Hermit. This is the near future, so this is probably showing that you still are going to be on the fence about making the decisions that you need to make. You might also be thinking about how you can show this person you've changed, what inner work that you have done. You might be thinking about what to say. You might be seeking guidance, actually, as well, because this Hermit can represent somebody who's older and wiser. And who knows, you might be providing guidance for someone else. But you should be aware, though, that this indicates that you can guide yourself out of the woods. The Hermit carries his own light with him. The Fool doesn't carry a light with him. The Hermit has been in these woods before, and he knows how to get out. So if you're feeling lost, just remember there is inner light, inner guidance within you that you have used before, perhaps, experience that you've had in the past that can guide you out of this. So let's take a look at a few more things here. Hopes, outcome, and advice. Death. Let me move these over. So, your hopes for the situation is that this person will return, and that you will be able to prove to this person that you are really the kind, loving, caring person that you are. You can prove to them that you are the King of Cups, even though you don't show it. Maybe this is what you get across to them, is even though you don't show how you feel, you might actually, care very deeply for this person. Or this could be indicating that this is what happens between you and them. Like, your hopes are that they will come to you and say, I know I hide my feelings, but I'm actually very, very deep inside. I'm a romantic, maybe. You say these sort of, you'll get this sort of information. Now, with the Knight of Cups as the outcome, this is pretty good. I'm not seeing that you will solidify like a marriage or anything like that. But this is saying that you're taking the steps towards a better connection with somebody, a better romantic, emotional connection with someone else, because you have this Knight here. And to be fair, I've already used up the King of Cups. So if I had two Kings of Cups, maybe what you get, what you hope for is what you get. So, but I don't have another King of Cups, unfortunately. So it is possible this could be telling us that there is something bright on the horizon with this person, that things will improve. And, maybe if there's a miscommunication about someone's emotions, I think that might come and clear itself up. And in fact, this can also be that Four of Cups energy as well. Maybe somebody has accused another of not caring enough. Four of Cups can appear like apathy, but the person is usually very deep in thought. It's possible that there was a miscommunication. So your advice is the Death card, but it did come out in reverse. I will note that. It can talk about a couple things, and the advice will be different for everybody. For some of you, it's telling you that you need to transform. You need to change into something else. You need to make the required changes in order to have this person come back to you. And, maybe you're resistant to that. Death card can also talk about, it can be a warning that you need to pay attention to your own inertia. If you let things wind down for too long, and this is probably most applicable to the situation where someone is waiting on someone else. If you let this situation wind down, then it's possible you may lose your opportunity. Because once something loses momentum, it's no longer so prominent on that person's mind anymore. So if you feel like the situation is not over, then you need to say something now. Otherwise, the situation will be really over, and then you'll probably miss your chance. So this is probably telling you to seize the moment in a way. But for all others, I think that it's saying that you need to make the changes that you might need to make when it comes to this connection. If there was a problem, you need to continue this hermit work and try to find your own way out of your personal woods. Why do you act the way that you do? Have you, depending on how this ended, you might have to ask important questions to yourself, like, why do I act this way? Why do I think this way? Where in me do I feel a sense of lack that I need to use this as a defense mechanism? Or I need to lean back on this for safety, or, whatever it is that might have come between you. So that's your reading, group 2. Thank you for watching. If you like my content, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm telling you, it really does wonders for my channel when people engage and show their appreciation and support for the channel. YouTube will see that and says, oh, okay, well, since people like this, we'll show this to other people, and this channel can be more present in the algorithm. So if you want to know more about that, I have a video in my channel that you can take a look at. And if you're looking for a private reading, you can contact me on my Etsy shop. That's down in the description box below. And I'm going to move on to group 3. Big spread. So let's take a look. We've got the 8 of Wands. We've got the Emperor, we've got the Tower, we've got the 4 of Swords, and the Ace of Swords. All right. Let me move this. So, coming out of the past, I feel like 8 of Wands here is saying that this could have been a slowdown in some cases. One moment. Or actually, no. Actually, I won't say a slowdown. It kind of looks like things sped up very quickly. We're having the Emperor here in center position again. You may resonate with group 1 as well. I just think I'll put that out there. But here in the present, you are in a place that is actually, I want to say, suffering from someone else. Like suffering at the hands of someone that could possibly be a tyrant. Someone that might be, just a monster in some cases. I don't know why I'm seeing that exactly. It's just kind of when I'm crossed like this, I get this sense that, maybe it's a part of you that feels like you've been acting sort of crazy or been acting sort of like ruthless, and you don't mean to be. The Tower is talking about disruption here. This can say that you have this higher vision for yourself as the Emperor, this mature, wise individual, this person that can be relied upon for support, the King of Kings, basically. You're in charge of them all. You have financial security, emotional security, intellect. You have charisma. You have it all. But there's something in the way, and this is Tower moment. And perhaps something really devastating might have happened that is blocking you from the strength that you have in yourself. And in some cases, maybe your own perception of yourself is so skewed that you're not able to tap into this powerful male energy of that you have. And when I say genders like that, we all have male and female energy. We're all composed of different elements and planets, and some of that energy is masculine and some is feminine, and we embody both. Some of us might lean more on one side than the others, though. But yeah, it looks like you've got this realization that might have come, and it may not have been the best news. And I'm thinking that I think that you don't have all the answers just yet either. But what you know is that you have to return to this energy, and you may not be ready. You may still be feeling demoralized. You may still be feeling like you don't have this get up and go anymore. The Four of Swords can say this is what's currently on your mind, and I know this is all reversed because I have to do it that way, so it makes sense when I'm reading upside down. But Four of Swords is here telling me that, you could be at a stage where you need to rest. And in fact, maybe some cases, the world is urging you to rest. You might be running into obstacle after obstacle, and maybe it's because you are not giving your mind or your body the appropriate amount of R&R. And you're aware of this, but maybe you're avoiding it. And what's interesting here is, and what you don't know, is the truth. The truth about what is the question. I mean, it's in regards to this topic, I'm sure, but there's something about the truth you don't know. There's a lie somewhere in the mix. What is the Ace of Swords referring to, please? A lie. This is a lie about something that happened in the past. If this is, this could be a lie that you're telling yourself. This could mean that somebody stole something from another person, though maybe something was offered in honesty, but really there was a motive behind it. If somebody came and gave you kindness out of nowhere, there could be motive behind that. Or this could simply be something within this storyline talks about kindness with a motive. And so, maybe somebody's bribing you. Maybe somebody is trying to pay you off or is thinking of paying you off. Somebody could be trying to keep you quiet or in some sort of way. But you can believe that maybe someone here is kind of... I don't want to make people paranoid because it's a general reading, but this can talk about how some things are lurking in the background that may be trying to pull the wool over your eyes. Now, I wouldn't say this is a major betrayal or anything like that, but there might be a friend that's not really a friend, or a friend that's avoiding you, or some kind of lie that's being told, or truth that's simply being withheld. So somebody might not be lying to you, but they may not be honest with you. So this is kind of what we're seeing here. I'm going to slide those under that. So in the near future, what is going to be happening? Well, we have the Two of Swords. I'm not really seeing a whole lot here. It just looks like more time to yourself. Like you're going to be taking this rest, this mental rest. And you can be taking this, and it's going to probably last a little while into the near future. You're going to continue on with this, which is, by the way, good on you. If you're doing this, you're doing the right things. It's good mental hygiene. Sometimes you got to get away, take a rest, take a breather, think about other things. Maybe put your mind back in different order, But with this Two of Swords, let's take a look. You're so lucky, Group 3. I'm giving you all the clarifiers. In the near future. Well, I mean, the near future is pretty clear. There's no decision. There's no decision. There's no action. There's further silence. I don't think this is bad, but you're kind of trying to figure out how to proceed from here, because after the Two of Swords, there is the Three of Swords, and that means that after this, there's something that you might have to make a decision to remove something. Now, this could be removing a part of you, or removing a person, removing a thing, or a habit, but it's important for you to remove something so that you can grow. You need to make room to grow. So if it's a bad part of yourself, if you eliminate a bad aspect, you open up more possibilities for good aspects to slide into its place. And that can be applicable to pretty much any situation. So what are your hopes for this situation? The Knight of Swords. Well, you hope to talk about it. You may hope to charge into something very decisively. You may hope that there's a debate or some kind of fight, which explains why you're in this energy here. What is the near future? Or what is the outcome, I believe? What's the outcome? The Five of Wands. Well, it looks like you're going to get what you want. I don't know if this is going to be the problem-solving part of the Knight of Wands, and that it's for many of you that'll just depend on. That will just depend on, you know, what the situation is. Is it something that can be you can work together on, or is it something where you just kind of want to get under someone's skin? So maybe maybe if that's close, maybe you're not doing the right kind of thinking. I didn't get it. I didn't ask what I wanted. Advice, please, for group 3. Page of Coins. Well, try to remain curious. Try to remain, you know, practical, cautious. You know, don't act recklessly. You need to act as if you don't know anything, because the Page of Coins is innocent. It's a child. So you need to act like you don't really know the whole situation. In fact, you might not. You want to act with caution, though, and do a practical thing here. Remain open-minded. Death card. So interesting that this comes up again. This talks about change as well. So if you are in some kind of drama, because this can talk about saying foolish things. This can talk about saying foolish things that slow things down in some way, that hit wrong, that don't, they miss the mark. So that's kind of what I'm seeing with this over here in the past, which kind of leads up to this, which makes sense. But death is saying that you need to question yourself. Do you need to make changes in yourself? Do you need to end something just once and for all? Do you need to just end things? However, because death didn't come out immediately, I think this is going to indicate a change, because we're having this learning aspect of the Page of Coins. So you need to learn more about yourself. You need to go deeper into your own psyche. You need to do shadow work. And I know that's not fun, and you may not be ready for it, but when you are, I think that this situation will improve for the better. But you want to be careful with the Death card. There's a warning not to become inert, not to become slow or lazy or not paying attention or allowing the situation to fizzle into nothing. Because if you really want to confront somebody, you definitely don't want to wait until like 6 months from now, you know, where you're just like letting things fizzle under the surface bubble, and then 6 months from now you're like, about that thing you said way back in, September or August, about that. Whoever you say this to, the person's not going to take you seriously. They're going to think that you're crazy, like you're obsessed with the thing that you just can't let go of, or that you can't make peace in your own mind without a fight or something, So you want to make sure that you don't let your impulses get the better of you. So, group 3, that was your reading. I want to thank you for watching. If you like my channel, please like, comment, and subscribe. It does tell YouTube that you want me here. If you do not do this, I will leave. Not like I'm going to just storm out, but if nobody sees my work, I'm not going to put any effort into it, I put in like 5 hours between recording, editing, researching the algorithm every day, researching the SEO, and then uploading it and all that. It takes a while, and if I'm not getting anyone seeing it, it does kind of make the incentive for me to do these at all sort of low. So I'm going to keep it going until my spirit gives out. If you do like this, please tell the world, tell everybody, share it, like it. Really, any interaction improves the chances of me being seen. If my numbers start to go up and I see a trend that's going up, I'm going to stay. So it's very easy too to do this exchange, to thank a reader for their work, because unfortunately these tiny little readings make it hard for YouTube to think that anybody likes them, because people drop off after 13 minutes or so. So anyway, it would be an amazing help for me if you could really do that. So what else? Oh yeah, if you need a private reading from me, you can get me down in Etsy, my Etsy shop below. I have readings that start around $10, so very affordable if you're new to that sort of thing. And anyway, I want to thank you all for watching, and I'm going to go move on to the next group. So in the past, we have the Nine of Swords. So this is a mental state. In the past, I'm certainly hoping this is meaning that you are getting out of this mental state. Something about the nines is that they're very close to the tens. So the 9 is sort of like coming to a place where you realize, okay, I'm almost out of the woods. Things are going to be getting better. But in some cases, let's see where you're at right now. Well, no. I think that you're still in this state, actually. You're kind of still in this very depressed sort of anxiety state. You could be very worried about something. You could be losing sleep at night. You could be ill. That's another manifestation of the Nine of Swords, is illness. It can be mental illness, but it can also be physical illness. And very commonly, and this is your past, so it'll be relevant to you. This will be relevant to you. I'm not making a prediction you don't know with the past card. With the Nine of Swords, and for some cases, this can mean infertility or hormonal issues specific to women. So that's something. But it also can be like insomnia and depression and things like that. But it's almost like you might have been crippled by worry for some reason here. And sadly, like with this Ace of Swords that kind of came out reverse with the sun over the top of it, it's so interesting. The sun is blocking in a way. I think that you're still burned out. I think that you do suffer from some kind of over energy burnout that you're going through right now. And in some cases, maybe you feel like you might be a little bit, now don't get crazy, because a lot of people don't want to really know the definition of this. But, if it resonates, it resonates. But for some of you, you might be feeling a little bit like psychotic. Now, before you're all like, oh my God, I'm psychotic. No. It's kind of saying that you might be sort of unclear about what the truth is about something. And your perception of reality may not seem like everybody else is on page with you. So you might be thinking like, oh my God, like, am I just saying things that are just completely absurd? Does no one else see this? So it kind of feels like a little bit of absurdity here, and you're sort of like burnt out in the way that you're thinking. So no, you're not psychotic, but I'm saying, you may feel like reality isn't reality for some reason. And this can easily be done to you by a group of people if they are feeling that, so inclined to be abusive like this. Or if somebody's gaslighting you, I could easily see this, because this came out in reverse, and this Emperor came out in reverse too. And like I said, I'm not taking reversals because I just did it because the messy shuffle is the best shuffle. But this is sort of telling me that like reality and clarity are the weapon here somehow. And that may be very specific to some people, and I'm not sure if that hits home for anybody, but that's the state that you're in right now. It's like clarity is the weapon. Or maybe it's not the weapon. Like, I'm seeing total confusion here because clarity is blocking things, And with these cards, I'm not totally sure that's like that you're in a good spot right now. The Hierophant is what you know right now, what you understand, is that if you continue on the way that you continue, if you keep taking the steps that you're taking, doing what you need to do, then things will be okay. You're telling yourself to just keep going. You'll be okay. Just keep swimming. Take that time. And I'm pulling this from this Taurus aspect of the Hierophant. And if you follow the rules, then everything will be okay. This is what's on your mind. This is what you know as fact. So, even though you're in chaos, somebody's like, here, just follow this manual. And you're like, okay, I'm going to go and follow this manual. And you follow it to your doom because it hasn't been updated since like 1985 or something like that. And so, and that's kind of what this could be saying here. And maybe some of you really do work at like a nuclear power plant. You're going to be, maybe there is a manual that needs updating. But this is saying that here you got to prepare for the unexpected. This isn't saying that doom is necessarily on the way, but it is saying that in some area that you're not totally aware of, you may be one short fall from where you think you are. Like, it's very chaotic. Reality could be striking you again like a weapon. In a weird way, like a truth hits you like a weapon, and that you have to reevaluate everything again, because the Tower is a lot about having your old ways of thinking, your old belief systems being kind of kneecapped or hamstringed, basically, or demolished completely. And so there may be disbelief, some unbelievable thing that could happen that makes you think about things completely differently. And I know that the Tower card makes people kind of nervous, but don't worry. This is a general reading. I'm not foreseeing any kind of accident or death or anything like that. This could mean that you're just on the internet one day and you get just all the information you ever needed, and it totally changes your mind about everything. So don't be afraid that this is saying that there's going to be something horrible happening. It just means that your way you view the world's going to change. And sometimes that is really scary. Sometimes that's almost as scary as a death, because that can cause ego death. That can cause, it can really be disorienting. So yes, I understand the worry here with this card. And, it can be scary, but don't think that this is a 100% accurate prediction of something bad happening. It just means that you don't see something the way that you should see it right now, and it may come back and surprise you is all. So in the near future, we have the Emperor, and this fellow came out reversed, and I don't like the Emperor coming out in reverse, to be honest, because he's a very bossy man. He's very authoritative. It's my way or the highway with him. He's a dictator. He's a tyrant. He's not a great guy. But let me see. Can we clarify this Emperor, please, for this near future? Okay. Well, this is a little bit better. This person, I think, could change. This is you. Don't worry. You'll change. You might be in a bad mood, but you'll get out of it. You don't really have anything to worry there. If this is somebody that maybe this is the gaslighter. It could mean that you're going to get away from this person. If this is the person that's taking a reality and turning it into a pretzel, you're going to leave them. And that may be for the best. In fact, I know it will be for the best, because the Six of Swords shows me that you are moving on to someplace better. Six of Swords is never moving on to another tower moment. It's usually moving to the shore. And as you can see, it's a very sunny day here. So it's nice. It's okay. For some of you, you may actually physically leave a partner, and you may take your children with you. Or you may leave a boss. So what is your hope for this situation? Well, you got a lot of hope. I got the Knight of Wands, and then I got the Seven of Cups. Well, somehow... It looks like your hopes are to attain something, because we do have this very gung-ho energy of the King of Wands, or the Knight of Wands. Like, you're on your horse, you're ready to go, you're going to make this decision. I mean, because the Knight of Wands is sort of decisive. It is let's make this action type of card. It is an action card. And the Seven of Cups can talk about needing to make the right choices, but sometimes it can suggest that all the choices are very good, or maybe you're not even sure why you're choosing sometimes, because the Seven of Cups can show the 7 deadly sins in a lot of cases, so you might have to pick your poison in some cases. or you may be in a situation where you must, where you may, what's the word? You might have to forego them all, you know, because after the 7 comes the 8, and he walks away from all those cups because there might be more virtue in leaving it behind. You might be in this position where you're thinking, should I just give this up and go? I mean, but this is your hopes for the situation. So maybe you're thinking that one of those 7 of Cups has something in there for you. That's kind of what this is. Unless, because I doubt that in your hopes you hope to, maybe you just hope to make the decision, I guess. I'll just leave it at that. Oops, sorry, I didn't ask a question, sir. Let's ask, what's the outcome? 3 of Coins, a meeting. So if you guys are looking for a meeting, you'll be like, you want to talk to somebody. This can show that. This can show that meeting. This can also show that you might have like an official meeting, like with a boss or a counselor or maybe a lawyer in some cases. This looks like an official meeting, though. It's where you're kind of going to a professional, like usually it shows 2 people going to an architect. So this is kind of a situation where you could go and collaborate with somebody who knows a heck of a lot more about a situation to get the most ideal outcome. So if you're trying to twist someone's arm to get this meeting, you will get it. If you are trying to twist this arm to get them to cooperate with you, you might get that too. So what's the advice? We got a lot of stuff going on here. I'm not really sure what to take. 2 of Wands as the advice. Plan. Make plans. Make sure that you have everything kind of lined out. Make sure you know what it is that you want and that you are not confused. You want to make sure you are sure about what it is that you're looking for. You also want to know what is yours and what's not. And what's okay and what's not. Four of Swords. Rest. Rest, rest, rest. Whenever this happens, this outcome here, you're going to want to be in tip-top shape. The 4 of Swords is telling you that if you continue on in this 9 of Swords energy, you will burn out. You will burn out further. You will suffer and maybe fall face first. You know, maybe that's the thing, is you are maybe dancing the razor's edge here, and this is what you are not going to... This is what you're going to face if you don't slow down, if you don't take your time. This could mean if this is a work situation and you are doing it all and you're burning the candle out at both ends, believe me, I know what this is like. You're overworked, you're tired, you don't know heads or tails of anything. You can't make heads or tails of anything. You will fall face first. You know, you may feel like you are Superman or Wonder Woman, but you are a human being. You have limits, mental limits mostly. Like the body goes, the body can just keep going, but the mind can check out at any moment. And from there, you know, you're in the situation of what could be possibly a breakdown, and it could be catastrophic. And with this 4 of Swords, this is a warning, because it says that if you do not take care of yourself right now, you are risking your mental health further. So if you already feel like you're very, very stressed, you need to make sure that you take care of that. I don't know how you can do it. You got to take a vacation or take a rest or quit your job if you have to. If you are stressed and unhappy and, you know, like I said, overdoing it, you will burn out. And burnout can sometimes be very awful. You can get like some severe psychological repercussions of that. So yeah, take care of your mental health. I speak from experience. Anyway, that is your reading group 4. I want to thank you for watching. If you like my content, please like, comment, and subscribe. I have a little video in my video section to explain why I'm saying like, comment, and subscribe, because the algorithm, it does not favor pick a card readers, which is why you probably see the same like top 4 over and over and over again, because the algorithm doesn't like people who duck out of readings or duck out of videos, right? But we know that's how it works. It's okay. You don't have to stay. But if you comment and engage and share the videos and like them and say, hey, this was great, YouTube will see that and say, oh, hey, awesome. Let's show it to everybody else. And that's how you keep us up and running. And this is how you get a nicer variation of pick a card readers instead of just the same top 5 that you see all the time. Anyway, though, I want to thank you for watching. If you'd like a private, if you'd like a private reading, you can get me on my Etsy shop, and my link to that is in the description box below. I want to thank you all for watching. I truly, truly, truly appreciate your support. You guys are great. Really, really, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. And I'll see you in the next one.